Hi everybody, I am pleased to welcome back to Pittsburgh BJ Finney. Hi BJ, I know you're not in Pittsburgh right now, but kind of tell us where you're at and take us through this crazy process of how you ended back with the Steelers.
Well, currently we're in Manhattan, Kansas, where my wife and I own a home. And, just had a great Easter with the family and really looking forward to spending a little bit more time with them. The crazy process that was 2020. So last March I signed with Seattle, and that was right as COVID was really kicking off in the country. Seattle was the hotbed in the country at that time. So I wasn't able to travel there to get my physical, so I could train. I know that an article was released saying I'd missed my signing bonus. Well, and actually it was, the entire contract. If I'd have showed up to camp hurt or something was wrong, then I would have been without a job, without any money, and hurt. So that entire process, trying to get through, different routes of getting a physical taken care of, whether, whatever it was, I offered to drive to Seattle, going to Dallas, Kansas City, Denver. I wanted to get my physical so I could train and be ready, and it just didn't work out. So fast forward to July, showed up to Seattle, overweight and out of shape as expected, but I got to keep the contract, so that was good. Things didn't really go well. I got traded to Cincinnati at the end of October, and by that time, at that point in the season, you have your guys, going forward, and trying to bring somebody new into the fold is really hard to do. So we weren't surprised, come early March, this last month, that we were getting released. So once that happened, it was a couple of days, and Kevin Colbert and Omar Khan reached out and said, hey, we want to bring you back. And we knew it was a great fit for us, and it was kind of a reset mode, and just knowing what we could expect going back to Pitt. We're excited to be back and looking forward to it.
What were the conversations like? I know you said you had a chance to come to Pittsburgh to sign the contract. Were you able to meet with any of the coaching staff or anybody really, just to kind of see what they're anticipating for you this season?
I got to talk with Mr. Colbert and Coach Tomlin. Talked on the phone to Coach Morgan, the assistant offensive line coach, and Adrian Clem, the new head O-line coach. It's just a matter of me coming in, being ready to roll to see what can happen. Coach T has already told me that my fate is in my own hands. So we'll see what happens.
What is it like also just, you have a family, the moves obviously that you talked about with the different teams. Obviously Cincinnati's not far from Pittsburgh, but you had to start kind of new there, and in Pittsburgh, you've been here before, you guys understand the community, and then also the Steelers and how they operate.
Yeah. Moving, like I said, we talked about it before the interview, 3 cross-country moves in 9 months, especially with the little one. I don't advise it with anybody. The organizations were great, both Seattle and Cincinnati. I can't give them enough high praise. Great to work with. But like you said, we have a feel for Pittsburgh. We're excited to get back to that feel. We know the city. We love the city. We love the organization and the people. So we're just really happy to be back in the black and gold.
You mentioned coming back to Pittsburgh for you means reset mode. So what exactly does that entail of what you need to accomplish or want to accomplish this offseason before anything really gets started in terms of team activities?
Reset mode for me is just getting back to, being in shape, being ready to roll like I was, prior to 2020. Knowing this system that Coach Canada wants to bring in and blend with Ben again, and just being back into that room and knowing the ins and outs, and just resetting to Pittsburgh. So we're excited, and I can't wait.
You mentioned Ben. He is still here. Coach Canada is now the offensive coordinator. No Marquise Pouncey. How different does it feel like this team is just being gone a year?
There's been a drastic change. As many conversations that my wife and I have had, that a lot of guys that I've been there with for so many years are no longer there. Not just Pouncey, but Ramon, and there's a possibility that Al may not be there, and Matt Filer just signed with the Chargers. So just in my room alone, the same 7 guys that were there from years there's 2 of us left. And so it just, happened overnight. And, and then you go to, different position groups around the team. Vince Williams, we were close with, and Mike Hilton, those guys are gone. And it's just going to be a very drastic change in that aspect. But it's always good to have that emblem on the side of your head.
So what is the goal for you? What do you want to be? What position works for you in 2020 if it was up to you?
Honestly, it's wherever I can fit in the best. Obviously in the interior 3, if that's at center, then, so be it, then I'll play center. And if I can start at guard, then, I'd love to start at guard. So it's just wherever I can be the most beneficial and see the most playing time, and honestly be left alone, that I can develop, in one spot and get the finer details into that position. So that's what I want.
All right, BJ, thanks for your time as always. We really appreciate it. And we're glad you're back.
Thank you, guys. It's great to be back.
What's up, Steeler Nation? It's Stephon Tour. Welcome to the Pittsburgh Steelers official YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe to our channel to stay up to date on everything going on in the Steel City. Thanks for being the best fans of football. Here we go.